everyone. Welcome to Radiant Living, Inspiring Humanity to Thrive. I'm Marisa B. Today, I'd like to welcome Fern L. Conn. She's a certified ParaYoga Nidra teacher, correct? I said that correctly. She is the owner and lead instructor of, is it called Dancing Lion Studio?
Dancing Lion Studio. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And of course, you have many years experience as a group fitness instructor, a corporate wellness instructor, and also you've been a dancer all your life. So
I did. I started this journey back in New York as a little girl, which led me into this path of wellness. Yeah, thank you.
I thank you for coming, because I know that you're also very busy, very, very busy, not only with teaching, but with a lot of new things that you're doing. So I'm so happy that you decided to come on today. I so appreciate it. And I'd like you to tell us a little bit about your story, because it's not only professional healer, but personal healing.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you so much for reaching out to me and creating this space. And I'm grateful and humbled and, just profoundly inspired when I think we all get to share our stories. So thank you for creating the platform. Well, we can begin with your acknowledgement that, I did start my journey in dance as a little girl as a way to kind of bring forth my shy personality, so my mom said. And through that, I became very interested in fitness and wellness my whole life. I was a personal trainer for many years, taught group fitness from aerobics to step aerobics to tap dancing to body sculpting.
Wonderful.
Along the way, I was always interested in meditation. I meditated from a very early age, where I didn't really call it that, but that's what I was doing. And through this journey of fitness and wellness, I was introduced to yoga. And yoga is a very different thing than anything else. It is a physical practice, obviously, but it is spiritual, emotional, energetic. It touches every realm of the body. And it's quite an exquisite experience. And a good yoga class will take you on that journey where you are reminded of who you are. I always like to say to my students, the way you are on the mat is the way you are off the mat. So if you're easily frustrated, or you want to give up, or the dialogue in your mind is telling you, I can't do this, usually that's the way you are off the mat. And it gives us information as to how do we handle life's stresses? How do we look at, something that could be an obstacle? And it's a microcosm of the macrocosm, I like to say. And a lot of my work, really, yoga is the managing of the mind. That is the premise of the practice. We cause our own suffering with our fears, our doubts. I can't, I won't. We're products of our environment, that we become like almost captured by our own thoughts, which most of them are not even true on any given day. We just keep living the same ones.
Or being placed there by others.
Being placed there by others. And so a lot of my work has been in helping people deal with anxiety, stress. A lot of people come to yoga when they're in this heightened state. Either their doctors have told them they need to relax, or they want to get back into movement. So I presume that everybody that walks in my studio has some kind of, when we call the word trauma, but not the big trauma a lot of people think is, big thing that happened. We all have trauma, whether it's moving or, an argument with a significant other, or divorce or illness or anything. So there's that aspect of my career. We're also a school, so I lead other people, teachers, yoga teachers.
Yes.
So we have a very rigorous teacher training program here, which is something I love to do. And I've recently become a wellness coach.
Yes.
which helps people in more of a therapeutic way, which is
Hmm.
something that you do. So it's a natural progression
Yes.
from the tools of yoga to helping people cope in their life.
Hmm.
And
And
it
isn't
came
it
out of,
true? Though we're finding that, right? We're
yeah,
serving people now
yeah,
in a new and improved way because the way the world is
absolutely,
going, right? We're offering tools
absolutely.
in
Yeah,
an easier way for them, or
yeah,
easily found tools.
absolutely. So true. Um, I do a lot of little workshops like meditation for anxiety. Yoga
Hmm.
Nidra, which you mentioned, is a type of mindful practice, a very
Yes.
powerful meditative type practice, which is very healing. It helps rejuvenate. It's a restful type of practice. So that's become a big part of my work. And anything pertaining to helping people either acknowledge their light within
Hmm.
and also help calm and nurture their nervous system is kind of why I wake up every day.
Hmm.
That's
And
what I love to do.
I
Hmm.
know that you also have sound baths that go on, correct? You're involved
Yeah.
with sound baths.
So I'm a certified sound healer. In fact, I'm going to be doing a sound healing level 1 course in
Oh,
September, which
oh,
anybody can
wonderful.
join. Hmm. And I can share more about that. It's
Oh,
a
that'd be
weekend long
perfect.
course
Absolutely.
where
Yes.
people can learn the science of sound, how sound, we're all vibrational
Mm, yes.
energy and how it works. So yes, I do crystal bowls, I do chimes, I do drums, also chanting and voice is
Oh,
part of it.
wonderful.
I use your voice. So that's another aspect of, of my work.
Hmm.
And then as I said, now I'm launching an online coaching
Yes.
program, which the first class is the end of June, the 26th, where I call it From Fear to Fierce.
Yes.
And this developed out of my recent personal journey. And I don't mind sharing because a lot of people know my story.
Thank you.
Um, I'm very newly out of the woods of battling breast cancer. So this was the last 9 months of my life. I
Oh,
finished my last treatment just last month
yes.
and actually mid-April now, it's June already. And so from that
Mhm.
experience, I really had a profound epiphany in many ways. Um, I learned, first of all, so many people, women particularly, mostly for breast cancer, were going through it around me. I didn't even know. Believe it or not, a lot of people keep it a secret.
Yes.
And I met a lot of women who are in very powerful positions, attorneys and such, who
Hmm.
didn't want to share that they were going through treatment because they would have been thought that they can handle their job
Their work. Yes.
lesser than, which was so
It's
profoundly
terrible.
sad.
I know
It's
it's
terrible.
horrible to think that, but yes, that you're lesser
So
of a
it's
person.
still
How sad.
right. So through my treatments, I still ran my studio. I did, take days off when I needed to because it is
Hmm.
hard. I had
Yes.
chemotherapy and radiation, but I really put to test all of these tools that I've been teaching my entire
Hmm.
life. Like I walk the walk, so to speak.
Yes.
And my meditation, my breath work, being mindful, knowing that I am not my thoughts, because your mind goes down this rabbit hole
Yes.
when you're faced with your immortality. You hear cancer and it's like, oh my God. So it is curable, first of all.
Hmm.
I was lucky. I caught it early. But not only just cancer, but people going through any big things in their life. And even if it's not a big thing to one person, it can be impactful to our own nervous system.
Yes.
So, this program, From Fear to Fierce, I'm going to be talking about how to trust your intuition. That
Hmm.
was a big part of my journey. How to bypass and overcome our innate fears, and humans have them. But what do we
Hmm.
do? How can we get out of our own way so that we can live a life full of purpose? We can go from languishing to flourishing in life. And all of this work really came out of me truly living all these tools that I teach. So I use yogi tools
Mm-hmm.
as well as coaching tools, some therapeutic tools to help people um, really move past difficult situations. And I'm really looking forward. This particular workshop is free. It's
Mm-hmm.
all virtual. And then from there, I'm going to be launching like 1 month and 3 month programs where there will be a fee, but I'm trying to even keep that
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Yes.
nominal so that people can find a way through and then build
Right.
community from it.
Right. Offer your
And
services.
so,
Right. Offer your
yeah,
services that's so needed. Yeah.
I'm super excited about that. I think everybody needs to learn how to manage their
Mm-hmm.
feelings. Truth be told, we don't grow up learning how to handle our emotions. That is something that is learned.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't learn that anywhere. We either model what our parents have done, and
Right.
some of them have done a good job, some not so
Right.
much.
Exactly.
Um, so a lot of the work in yoga philosophy as well as coaching is to first have people identify what they're feeling, that it's okay to feel
Mm-hmm.
without judgment, and then how to move through things, and I do things like gentle movement.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a movement person. I'm a dancer by nature, yoga, but yoga doesn't have to be all those crazy poses
Right.
people think it
Right.
is. So I bring some gentle movement, even just shoulder rolls, something like
Mm-hmm.
that. If you could try with me, just like
Yes. Oh, I
rolling your
know. Right.
shoulders. I like
To
to
go
say
back.
just it's like moving
Oh,
the weight of the world off your back,
yes.
right? Just doing something like that.
Yeah.
And then I do breath work, just
Mm-hmm.
simple breath. 'Cause your breath is linked to your autonomic nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
So taking a breath and
It's
letting
true.
it
And
go, right? It
most
just
people
takes
don't
like,
breathe.
oh,
They forget to
right.
breathe, right? They forget to breathe, or
They
they
don't
hold,
breathe.
they clench it in. So even if they
So true.
gasp in air,
So
they clench
true.
it in, they forget to expel air. It's almost like we have to learn that
So,
again. Yeah.
so I use those tools as I was going through my treatments. Also, people are still kind of getting through COVID and that whole
Mm-hmm.
reaction to it. And so that's some of the ways that I lead my coaching. But then I also bring, fun and useful skills. I might offer some journaling prompts.
Mm-hmm.
They do little breakout groups, and I make it so that something that I teach you, you can take away. It doesn't have to be everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it just takes a little time for it to assimilate. But at least one thing can be taken with ease and applied
Mm-hmm.
um, without much effort.
Now
And
this is going to be
so,
virtual. This will be
yeah,
virtual.
this
So
is all virtual.
anyone can
Anybody
join
can
from
join.
anywhere.
This one on May June 26th is totally complimentary. I'll give you the link so people will
Yes,
just submit their
perfect.
email,
Absolutely.
and then I'll get them a Zoom link, and it's going
Mm-hmm.
to be super uplifting and fun, and it's just like creating a space to feel that you are seen, you are heard. Nothing you do is wrong. Can you imagine going to a place where nothing you can do is wrong? Pretty
Right.
much.
I know.
And
Almost unheard of,
that,
right?
right. And that from it, there will be some really definable moments, aha moments like, wow, I'm not the only one that's feeling this sense
Mm-hmm.
of maybe lack of control or just there's this underlying anxiety that everybody has.
Yes.
If I can give them ways to just feel that it's okay, first of all, and then tools to be able to kind of switch out of it in just the littlest way. There are ways to switch out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So
And it is all in the
that's
tools,
one.
isn't it? It's all in the tools. It is
It's
all in the
all in the
tools,
tools,
providing the
and
tools for people to heal.
yoga,
Yeah. Oh, yoga
yoga.
is
Believe
fabulous.
it or
I mean,
not, a lot of modern therapy, I like to say this, if you listen to a lot of these motivational speakers that
mm-hmm.
are well known, if you really listen, a lot of it comes from yogic philosophy. These sages were
Yes.
brilliant on talking about how to manage what I call the fluctuations of the mind,
Mm-hmm.
to use the power of discernment, to a lot of these things that are tools that what I call manifestors use, these
Mm-hmm.
really high caliber motivational speakers
Mm-hmm.
are using yogic tools
Yes.
that have been from thousands and thousands of years ago. They really and truly work. So I like to use those and my coaching experience and my life experience, things
Mm-hmm.
that have worked for me. Like I walk the walk. This is
Right.
my life work.
Right. And as you said, you've used
So
the tools. You've used the tools
I've used
while
them.
you were healing. You've used these tools to heal
When
to.
I was in, yeah, when I was in the depths of despair. I mean, there are some moments where you're just like,
Mm-hmm.
whoa, what is going on? So, I'm super excited about this. I think that there's a place for what I'm offering.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that anybody can, you don't have to ever have that experience yoga. We're not going to be standing on our heads or doing anything crazy like that. It is
No,
more
but
the
it
philosophy.
is fabulous to stretch. I mean, the part of yoga
Yes,
stretching, it doesn't
yes.
have to be
We will,
strenuous,
I
but
might include some things,
mm-hmm.
that, our bodies hold energy. And
Mm-hmm.
without getting too deep into
Mm-hmm.
that, we really hold on to, if you'll notice, a lot of people who have a lot of stress, it'll manifest in skin
Yes.
things and tingles and headaches. So that's the body holding on.
Mm-hmm.
That's the body literally holding on. So what yoga helps do is to move the energy, use the breath,
Mm-hmm.
be intentional in the way you move, even in the simplest way. And
Yes.
everybody feels better after.
Yes.
Everybody feels better after. It's like
It-
almost 100% success
oh, yes,
rate in
absolutely.
what we do.
Absolutely. Now tell me a little bit about
So
the yoga nidra. What is that, a specific type of yoga?
yes, so yoga nidra, there's no movement. It is like a guided meditation, but the difference is in meditation, we focus on something. Usually we're asked to focus on maybe a scene, you're going
Mm-hmm.
somewhere, or yoga nidra gets into the part of us that is in between wake and sleep, the subconscious mind that is hard to rest.
Mm-hmm.
So you lie down. We call it a yoga nest. You
Oh.
get all cozy. It's
Oh.
really good. You lie down and you get comfortable. And first, you are led through some breathing. So you may be linking to the breath, just feeling the breath, and then you just let the breath go. Like if you're sleeping, you're not thinking about the breath, but you're still
Right.
breathing, right?
Right.
Then you're guided. A lot of times, like we do, like the points of the body, and the mind just goes to the points of the
Oh.
body. And depending on the purpose of the yoga nidra, I might bring you to the heart space. We might do work on sankalpa, which is our overall intention in life.
Mm-hmm.
And very often, people come out of the experience feeling well rested,
Mm-hmm.
um, feeling like there's a deep part of us that has been almost connected to that we don't get to in our waking or our sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is the thinking mind is rested, the body is rested, but there's an awareness that remains aware.
Mm-hmm.
And this sounds a little bit woo and esoteric until you get the experience of doing it. And I do offer it
Right. The
every Wednesday
practice. Yes.
evening
Oh,
at
nice.
5:45. I offer
And
it. You can join online.
You're in Florida,
We're in
correct?
Florida, but
But
all
you
of these
have
classes you
online.
can do
Yes.
online. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so you can register for it. So it's really an exquisite practice. I studied for over 2 years before I got certified. So you're studying your sleep cycle, you're
Mm-hmm.
studying how the mind responds to meditation. And I will recommend this wholly is be careful who you take meditation with.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe this very wholeheartedly. A lot of people are just popping up and
Yes.
they're reading scripts and they say that they're teaching meditation, but like anything else, you want to be really careful as to who you are meditating with, because don't forget, they're going into your mind,
Yes.
right? They're accessing that in a place that may be a trigger. So I really do believe you should look for people who are certified, that have experience leading any kind of meditation.
Yes.
Just as you would for anything, yoga teacher, or you're going to take golf lessons or tennis lessons. You wouldn't just take somebody that you would pop up and say they do it, right?
Right. I know exactly.
So
Exactly. You need to do your research.
So I'm a big proponent and like to make that clear that you should be mindful who you are allowing to guide any kind of meditation. And I'll just leave that there.
Yes.
But I did study for many years, and I love leading it. I think it is a very profound type of practice. And people love it because you lie down.
Yes, yeah,
you
yes,
don't
exactly.
Sit up like you presume, right? A tall spine. You're really what we call an enlightened sleep. An enlightened sleep. So imagine those two words, right?
And this is all, and this you're doing online. I mean, this is something, for example, I can actually take a class online from New York.
Offer this. Yeah. In fact, I have students from New York. I grew up in New York. So I have people that join in for many of my classes. I'm in my studio right now. So we set up the laptop and I am teaching in the room.
Yes.
As well as whoever's online. So it's really, that's like the silver lining of the pandemic, really.
It is. Well, because we get to, right. I mean, really, the world is at our fingertips now, and we can interact with people, and especially looking for tools, looking for techniques, looking for modalities. It's wonderful in this respect.
I love that. And so that's, gosh.
So you're very busy. You're a very, very busy woman.
I'm very busy, and I'm just launching a podcast.
Yes.
So
and that's very interesting because I think when we spoke before, you're going to be on a number of platforms with that. So it's going to go across. Yes.
I'm already, my trailer is out. So I'm already on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, on all of the platforms. It's called Flourish with Fern. So you can look it up and follow. And hopefully by the end of this month, I will start, I have a couple of people who have inspired me set up that I'm going to be interviewing, who I think they're inspirational to many people. And so I'll be able to share that. And that's super exciting. Oh, yeah,
that's wonderful.
I'm reaching out at first to people who have in some way helped me on my journey, or unknowingly to them, who also inspire others in a lot of ways. So I'm going to be able to share dialogue on how what they do, as well as what I do, helps people go from languishing to flourishing. And I use those words because we all sometimes feel like if we heard just that one thing, right? That one thing can change anybody's day. Just like if somebody is kind to you and somebody says, "Oh, you look beautiful today," or "I love what you're wearing." It's like you feel this,
it's true.
Good.
It's absolutely
true. My goal is to offer really high vibrational interviews that people can listen to and hopefully walk away and say, "Wow, something they said just resonated with me."
Oh, that's wonderful.
And that it's like a little nugget of kindness.
And that you'll have to give us information because, like you said, you're on a number of platforms. And when are you launching that? I know you mentioned that the trailer's out.
So when is that? It's already launched, so you can find and follow.
Oh, perfect.
When you follow and maybe give a 5-star rating. When you do that, when the episodes are uploaded, you'll be notified. You could do that on Spotify. If you go on Spotify right now, you look up Flourish with Fern. You have to say Fern because there's a couple of flourishes. Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, it's there. You'll see my graphics. And then if you just hit follow, and then you're allowed to give a 5-star rating, even though you only hear my trailer. What that does is it boosts me up so that more people get to hear usually I never say, give me a 5-star rating or ask for any of that. It's always makes me feel a little weird, but I have to take myself out of it, and that what I'm offering is really something for the greater good.
Right,
I
exactly.
really,
That's kind of how I
you know,
started this, to have that
yeah,
connection, to have the connection with
totally.
the wellness community and those that need it, and those that
Yeah,
don't even know that they need it and now may hear
yeah,
something that resonates with them, and that we can actually help them, and we can actually all work together, right, to make the
exactly.
planet
And
a better place, for
yeah, so
higher vibration, higher, yeah.
we have to kind of step aside. Sometimes it's hard to be on the selling side in
Hmm.
the wellness and spiritual world.
Hmm.
There seems like a conflict,
Hmm.
but I have grown to learn, especially with my experience in the last year, is that I've been doing this work my whole life,
Hmm.
really. And I spent a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of energy and hours really cultivating a solid baseline so that I can share with efficacy and
Hmm.
a sense of knowing that this is true, this helps people, and it is an offering that is worth
Hmm.
me sharing. And a lot
Yes.
of us have a little problem with that sometimes. So I think the podcast has with it. It was always like a dream in the back of my mind, and then going through breast cancer and all of this uploading of
Hmm.
information, and it's time to do this. It's time
Yes.
to create a platform where I can share with others who also are on a path, or maybe they had an epiphany in their
Hmm.
life, and I think we all can learn from one
Yes.
another.
Oh,
Really.
absolutely. And that, I mean, I never
Yeah.
expected that I was going to do this and that it would be this very popular.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised. All I wanted to do was to have the avenues open for people that they could
Mm-hmm.
learn and share. And with things in the
Sure.
world that, with things in the world that are often negative, I wanted to get away from that, and that we should
Absolutely.
all really interact with one another, and then people of a like mind should all be working together,
Yes.
interacting. I mean, as
Yes.
we were saying with one of the people that I was speaking with recently, we pulse, everything's vibration. Even you were saying it's vibration, we
Yep.
pulse, we give and take with each other. So I just never expected that I would be doing it either. But I find that people who want help, people who need help, people who are looking for something, when it resonates with them, they come. They just come,
Yeah.
and they seek help from
Yeah.
whomever resonates with them. So
I was
uh,
just going to say, we all have our unique style, and there's room for everybody.
yes. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
We all
And
have
some
our
people
unique
take,
style.
they do more than one class. They do many courses. They do a lot of work on themselves, because it is working on yourself, and you should come
Hmm.
first. And I
Hmm.
know that's very hard for people to hear, but someone just gave me the example. It's really true. And I often fought with that myself. On a
Hmm.
plane, you're that old negative thinking, I'm going to be selfish, self-centered, I'm not going to take the oxygen. But if you don't take the oxygen, you can't help anybody else, and that's the way
True.
it is. And so you have to work on yourself, and you should work on yourself if you want to, and you
Yeah.
should have the tools available to you. And you could take one course, 10 course, 50 courses. That's your prerogative. You have to live,
Yes.
again, your most rich and radiant life, and we're all worthy of that.
Yes. So I guess in closing, um, I just wanted to share that there's, I think, room for all of us,
Mm-hmm.
and that I'm inspired by what you're doing,
Oh, thank you, and
and
thank you
I
for
am
coming on. I think it's
grateful to
wonderful what
have.
you're doing.
Thank you. I'm
Wonderful.
grateful to have this opportunity to share, and I'm looking forward to all of it.
Yes. Oh, and I can't wait. I'm
Yeah.
definitely going to try one of your classes online. That's wonderful,
Yes.
because I
I'll send
absolutely
you
love
the
yoga.
information.
I love yoga,
Yeah.
and I absolutely will definitely try
Oh,
it.
you're
And I
welcome.
will, perfect.
I'll
Yes. And
send
I'm
you
going to
the
put all the
information.
links in for people if they want.
Great.
I will, anything that they need to, any way that they can find you, anything that they need, any courses. I know you did mention the master class, and that's definitely the 26th that's being
Yeah,
offered.
that's Monday the
So
26th at
June.
7 p.m. and
Right.
I will get you a link for
Right.
that for people to
Yes.
register. And I can share with you my studio is called Dancing Lion
Yes.
Studio, and our website's dancinglionstudio.com.
Yes. And I
And
will
you can
put that
see
down as well. Yes.
there.
I will offer
And
that
I
as well to
also
people.
send out a beautiful newsletter if anybody wants to
Oh, how
receive
can we,
that.
and how can we get on? Do we go on your website and then sign up for the newsletter?
We can just put
Perfect.
your information. Also, on my website, I give a free meditation if you register as well.
Oh, perfect. Oh,
So
definitely. Oh, definitely. I'll put that all out there for everyone.
lots of fun stuff.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, very busy. And, I thank you. I thank you for offering this to people. I mean,
Thank
think how
you.
wonderful it
Yeah.
is that they have these possibilities now, and all over
It's,
the world,
I always
really, right?
say if I can help one person a day
Hmm.
and shine a light for one person, then I'm doing my work.
Yeah,
So
that's wonderful. Well, Fern, I thank
yeah,
you very much.
thank
I so
you.
appreciate it. Hopefully we'll speak soon. I can't wait to hear the podcast and the guest speakers that
Thank
you'll
you.
have.
Oh
It'll
gosh,
be
excited.
wonderful. I thank you so much. And
Thank
hopefully we'll speak
you.
soon. Thank you.
Yeah.